Hello, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing fine. Thanks for stopping by to watch this video. This video is specifically designed for internationally trained nurses who desire to immigrate to work and live in the province of Nova Scotia. Earlier this year, the government of Nova Scotia approved an expedited nursing registration and licensing program for nurses trained in some countries. Quite a number of nurses have taken advantage of the program, and many have already gotten their provisional registration. I have received several testimonies to this end. However, some are not sure of what the next steps should be towards immigrating to work in Nova Scotia. Hence, this video is dedicated to providing an explanation of that. So, sit back and relax as I walk you through the necessary information you must have if you desire to immigrate and work in Nova Scotia as a nurse. I encourage you to watch this video to the very end, because there is a lot of vital information that will help you on this journey. On that note, I welcome you once again to my channel. If this is your first time here, or you have not yet subscribed, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel. On this channel, I provide several pieces of information that will help you immigrate for study or work and to live in any country of your choice, including the UK, Canada, Australia, etc. Also, click the notification icon so that you can be informed of my future uploads, which will definitely be helpful. Now, let's get into the video. Now that you have secured your provisional registration with the NSCN, the next thing you need to do is secure a job. I have a video on my channel where I discuss several government organizations that are involved in the recruitment of foreign nurses. If you have not yet seen the video, I encourage you to do so. The link to the video is up on your screen as well as in the description box of this video. Follow the guide provided in the video to be able to secure a job. However, while you are working on securing a job, there are other things you have to do or take note of, including the relocation pathway to Nova Scotia. As I already explained in one of my videos, the surest and best relocation pathway to Nova Scotia is through the Provincial Nominee Program, PNP. However, the Provincial Nominee Program is usually operated via the Express Entry system. Hence, it is important that you also have an Express Entry profile to be able to participate in the Provincial Nominee Program. Nova Scotia has several immigration programs that are unique to it. Some of these immigration programs are run through the Express Entry system, but others are not entirely run through the Express Entry system. As a result, it is important that you understand these immigration programs, particularly the ones that relate to nurses. Nova Scotia runs a provincial nominee program called the Nova Scotia Labour Market Priority Stream. The Nova Scotia Labour Market Priority Stream selects candidates in the Federal Express Entry system who meet provincial labour market needs to apply for nomination. Only candidates who receive a letter of interest from the Nova Scotia Office of Immigration may apply. Nurses who have an Express Entry profile have submitted an application to enter the pool and choose Nova Scotia as a preferred province can receive a letter of interest from the Nova Scotia Office of Immigration. The letter of interest is also known as a notification of interest. With the letter of interest, they can proceed to submit an expression of interest. If an applicant is nominated by the Nova Scotia government, they receive an additional CRS score of 600 on their Express Entry profile. This will further boost their total score in the Express Entry pool, thereby increasing their chances of being selected for PR. However, the government of Nova Scotia has a special immigration program that is dedicated to the speedy recruitment of healthcare workers, especially nurses. This is known as the Healthcare Professionals Immigration Pilot. With this pilot program, you can easily immigrate to Nova Scotia within a short time. The Healthcare Professionals Immigration Pilot is for the recruitment of healthcare workers outside the express entry system. However, for a nurse to be able to immigrate via this program, they must receive a notification of interest from the Nova Scotia Office of Immigration. With this notification of interest, they can then submit an expression of interest in any of the following two immigration streams. 1. The Nova Scotia Skilled Worker Stream. 2. The Atlantic Immigration Program. I will talk briefly about these two programs shortly. When nurses meet the eligibility criteria for any of these streams, they can submit an expression of interest, and then they can be nominated for permanent residency. It is that simple. So, while applying for jobs, it is important that you know the criteria you must meet to be able to immigrate under any of these immigration streams to Nova Scotia. Now, let's look at the requirements for these two streams. 1. The Nova Scotia Skilled Worker Stream. The Skilled Worker Stream under the Nova Scotia Nominee Program allows employers in the province to recruit skilled foreign workers. For nurses or any foreign worker to be recruited under this stream, they must meet the following eligibility requirements. Firstly, a valid job offer. A nurse must have received a job offer from an employer in Nova Scotia before they can submit an expression of interest. A nurse must also attain a language proficiency that is equal to a Canadian Language Benchmark (CLB) of at least 7. A CLB score of 7 is equivalent to an IELTS score of at least 6 for all of the reading, writing, listening, and speaking skills. Therefore, while you apply for jobs in Nova Scotia, you should also register to sit for the IELTS General Training Module. Having a score of at least 6 across all skills should be easy to obtain. You will also need to have an educational qualification equal to a Canadian high school diploma. Of course, all internationally educated nurses meet this criteria. You will be expected to get an Educational Credential Assessment (ECA) report for your degree certificate. To do so, you can register with the World Education Services (WES) and submit your credentials for verification and ECA issuance. A nurse must also have at least 1 year of work experience in an occupation related to the job offer they have received. This means that you are expected to have at least 1 year of working experience in a nursing role. Under this stream, you are required to provide proof of settlement funds. The funds should be sufficient for you to settle for at least the first month upon arrival in Nova Scotia. Lastly, you must have the intention to settle in Nova Scotia permanently. If you meet these criteria, then you can apply to this program. 2. The Atlantic Immigration Program. The Atlantic Immigration Program helps employers in the Atlantic provinces of Canada hire skilled foreign workers and international graduates to fill their vacancies. As Nova Scotia is an Atlantic province, one can apply for Canadian PR through the Atlantic Immigration Program. To be eligible under the Atlantic Immigration Program, one must meet the following requirements. 1. A job offer from an employer designated under the Atlantic Immigration Program. 2. A valid passport or travel document. 3. Educational qualification equal to Canadian high school diploma. 4. Language proficiency equals a minimum of CLB 5 in English or French, which corresponds to an IELTS score of at least 4 in reading skills and at least 5 in writing, listening, and speaking skills. 5. At least 1 year of work experience in healthcare field. 6. Intention to settle permanently in Nova Scotia. This implies that the English language requirement is less for the Atlantic Immigration Program than the skilled worker stream. When you apply for any of these streams, you can easily be nominated. Once you have successfully submitted an application, you then have to wait for a decision. If you are selected, then you obtain permanent residency. However, while waiting for a decision on your application, you can proceed to apply for a work permit. A work permit application can be processed within a few weeks. With a work permit visa, you can enter Canada. However, if you decide to wait for your PR to be processed before you move to Canada, it is entirely up to you and your employer. It is that simple. Knowing all that you need to do to enter Nova Scotia as a nurse, start gathering the necessary documents and preparing your way. That is the end for now. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section, as I will be there to reply and answer all questions. Thanks for watching. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, kindly click the like button and do well to share the video with your friends. If you are yet to subscribe, please kindly do so, and do not forget to click the notification icon to be notified of my future uploads. Bye for now, and I hope to see you in my next video.